Alright, I officially bought my first auction car from Copart. Watching a little bit too much B is for Build and deciding I need a project. And I bought that bad boy. 1999 Volkswagen Cabrio. Not a car that I probably would have bought any other reason, but this thing was cheap. So I got it after everything said and done. It was $300. Everything said and done, $525. So I've never seen it. It's down in Eugene, which is about 2 hours away from me. So I have never seen this car in person. So hopefully there's no surprises, but you never know. But it is in immaculate condition, other than the obvious damage. And you can see that it only has, come on, it only has 64,000 original miles. So I think I already got located a fender and a door for a very reasonable price. And that rear quarter panel, originally I was going to try to do some welding on it and pop it out, but I think I found a pretty good deal on the actual whole quarter panel, so I'm going to just replace the whole quarter panel. But I think it'll be a pretty cool little project, and probably just going to turn around and sell it, but I think it'll be fun. So we're going down to pick it up now, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we made it here, Eugene, Copart. Damn. Picked up the car, got all the paperwork. Just waiting for them to bring the car out. So far it went really good. I went and got a temporary so I can hopefully drive it home. It's only got 64,000 miles, so I should drive okay. But there could always be unforeseen circumstances, so I'm hoping for the best. But it looks like it should be no problem. But so we're just gonna wait for it to come out. Alright, so here it is. They're driving it out, so it looks like it runs and drives right. Nice. Checked it out a little bit. That's going to be a whole new rear quarter panel. But all in all, this car has been well taken care of. 64,000 miles. It's got the boot for the top. The top is in amazing condition for most of the cars I've been looking at on these. The tops are all faded and torn up. The top is amazing. I obviously haven't tested yet. I'll test later as far as if the pump works to open it automatically. Got my stylish little B's for Build style mirror. Little donut. The other wheel got pretty jacked up. Other than that, thing runs sweet. AC blows cold. The check engine light. There's Chase. Check engine light is on. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know. But dang, this car is pretty sweet for 500 bucks. We stopped at the store here a few blocks away in some shade. That was the wheel that was taken off the driver's side. It got pretty chewed up. Tire's gone. I was hoping to patch it, but no go. So this is where the spare is. But I don't like it on the front, driving 2 hours. So I'm gonna take that, put it on the back, put the big one in the front, and hope for the best. All right. Well, we're driving it home. So I changed the front and back wheel, so the spare, the little donuts on the back. And at first when I was looking at the wheel, it almost looked like the front wheel might have been cambered in, like something was bent in the suspension, but I just loosened up the bottom of the strut, you know, the strut bar and the strut assembly, whatever you say, and readjusted it, and it's beautiful. So got the big wheel on the front now, and I can't believe it. Like, this thing, it drives smooth and straight. The transmission's perfect. The engine runs great. The AC is so cold, Chase had me to turn it down because it got too cold for him. So it's even got, where'd he cool aftermarket stereo that honestly it cranks probably better than our Camry, our 2014 Camry. And so far the cruise control works great. So far this car is awesome. Like I said before, the check engine light is on. It's going to need a new battery, so I can get a cheap one, that's fine. And shoot, what else? I don't know. This thing, it's shocking me how smooth it's driving. And you know, for a 2-liter automatic, in my mind it was going to be absolutely gutless, and really it's not. It gets up and goes pretty good. From what I understand, these have a 4-speed automatic in them. If I was going to keep this car for myself, which I would never buy a chick car like a Cabrio for myself, but if I was, it would surely be a manual transmission. But as far as automatic goes, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's pretty nice. It shifts real smooth. It drives like a car with 64,000 miles on it, and really no more. Considering it's an accident, I'm pretty shocked. Really, everything with this car is truly cosmetic damage. Like I said, I got to check the check engine light, but hopefully that's easy. I know that on some of these, the check engine light is on quite a bit, so we'll just have to see how that goes. I'll get a scanner. But other than that, gosh, this car's in fantastic condition. Whoever had it before just took such good care of it. I mean, you know that a car that's almost 20 years old, that has only 64,000 miles on it, and the paint is in good a shape as it's in, they cared about this car. On top of that, they have a boot for the convertible. It's basically like a pad that goes over the convertible top when you have it down, so it looks kind of cooler and protects it from the sun and stuff. And those things are $250 or $300 just by themselves. So I mean, right there, I paid $525 for the car. I could literally sell that boot right there for $250. So I mean, already I'm pretty pleased with where we're at. But yeah, I'm really happy. Also, they had a car cover in the car, which means they probably, anytime they took it somewhere, they covered it. And you can tell the paint, you know, it's dirty right now from being in Copart's lot, but once I get it cleaned up and buffed, it's going to look like a brand new car. It really is going to look like like it just rolled off the showroom floor. And I'm confident that I'll be able to do the body work well. And so, I'm going to keep videos going as I go, and this will be my first project. Thanks to Chris for BS for Bill, because he got me all excited about this, and I would have never thought that I could do this kind of thing without him. I thought about it years before, but I thought it'd be so fun, it'd be so cool, but I don't know how to get the car. I didn't know about Copart, and I thought, anything that, body work, stuff like that's gonna be way too hard for me to do. But, I bought a few extra tools that I'm going to need. I bought me a new welder yesterday so I can do all that stuff. I bought some other, bodywork tools that I'm going to need, and which I'll have for every car I do from now on, so I don't contribute it to being part of this budget for this car. So it's going to be really cool. I'll keep updated and make this whole video together. I'm pretty stoked. This is cool. Now I got a 2-hour drive home. So far the car's running perfect. Temperature's perfect. Driving smooth. Cruise control on. Set it at 60 because I got the donut spare. And cross fingers, hope we make it all the way home. No drama. That's it. Back. 150-mile trip. Took a couple hours. Nice stop and go traffic all over the place. Kind of put it through its test, and the thing just drove flawlessly. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. This thing, honestly, it looks ugly right here, but it drives like a brand new car. And as far as the way it drives, I can't tell any consequences of the accident as far as the way it drives. It's got plenty of power. It drives nice. I was worried about that thing popping, so we were just cruising like 60, 65, and I was worried, but it did great all the way. So now we're home. It's in my driveway, and I'm gonna get it washed up so I can see what we're dealing with and pull it in the garage and start pulling panels off it pretty much. So here we go. So I'm gonna try to do as many videos as I can, but I don't have the setup to do like time lapse and show the whole thing. Pretty much just have my phone, so I just wanted to show this as I pull it in. I'm starting to take it apart. I'm gonna take the front bumper off, and but you can kind of get a better idea of damage. I'm just gonna put a new fender on there, new door, obviously a new rear quarter panel, but it's amazing how just, oh my gosh, how nice and clean this car is for being 20 years old. When it was sitting out in the sun, it was so shiny, it looked like it had just come off the showroom floor. I wish I could get some better shots of it, but it's pretty spectacularly clean. It's incredible after I did a wash on it. I mean, just so shiny. There's little nicks here. I mean, it's a 20-year-old car. There's little nicks, but for being 20 years old, the engine runs really good. Need to clean it up a little bit. It's a little greasy right there and stuff. Stop. But all in all, man, I'm pretty stoked about this car. It's pretty awesome. It's going to be some work, but it's going to be fun. With Chase Boy's help here, we have now removed the front bumper. Bam, over there. We've taken off all the splash guards, all the gunk in there. Yeah. I wanted to take a closer look at this because it almost looked like the wheel was off camber, but I'm looking at it and there's nothing bent. There's nothing weird. Everything's just like it is on the other side, and I don't think it probably just needs a alignment. I'm not too worried about it, so I'm not gonna fret about it. But we got the bumper off, which is a pretty good little thing, because now you have to have the bumper off. Now we can take the fender off. After that we can take the door off, and we can start trying to figure out how the heck we're gonna take that rear quarter panel off. You having fun?
Trying to catch a fly.
You learning about cars?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay, we got the fender off. So for the people that are attempting to do this on this type of Cabrio, taking this fender off, it's mostly just the typical stuff. You got the bolts along the top here. You have I don't think that even does. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's this bolt here and this bolt here that go to this, that, and that. So then there's ones all across the top. Then there's one when the fender's in there, you have to reach around all the way down in here, and this one had about literally 5 inches of muddy dirt in there that I had to get out, and I could barely feel the top of the bolt, but it's number 10. It's a 10 millimeter. You can get your socket on there, take that off. But then I'm like, what the heck? So you have your thing going through there, and the bracket was held on right there. So it takes a little like tiny retainer nut, and then that comes off, and then there's another screw that goes in there. So you take that out, and at that point you actually have all the screws out. But I wasn't sure because it still felt on there really well. I didn't realize, and I didn't see anybody else talking about it in the other cars of the Golf or anything like that, that this literally was glued in. All that undercoating was actually applied at the same time inside the fender, so this was all glued together. I don't know if I'm gonna have to glue it back when I redo it to make it nice. In fact, I probably will, if nothing else, because I mean, I want to keep it as close to factory as I can, but if nothing else, to keep all the water out of here and stuff. So yeah, I will. I'll find whatever glue that is, and I'll re-glue that when I put the new fender in. But just I thought that might help someone, because I thought there was still another bolt in there. I was holding it pretty tight, so I had to pry it up off here, take all the bolts out, pry it off here, and then I pulled it to where it was like kind of out here. And then I could just kind of pry on it, and once you get prying, and when it comes off here, it just kind of pries, and then it starts peeling, and it just comes off. But it was hard before, and I didn't realize. So, just in case that might help someone out there. Other than that, we're just going to keep going. I'm not going to take the door off tonight because it's getting late tonight. I got to go to work tomorrow. So I'm probably going to put the wheels back on and pull it out and just wash all the mud and crap off this. And call it a night pretty soon. Obviously, we're still going to have to pull the door. We're going to have a lot of interior parts to pull off. I'm going to have to get that top off to do this quarter panel. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a learning process. Take all this stuff off. I'm going to have to take off all this stuff. Look in there. Somewhere in there is the pinch weld for the quarter panel. I'm going to have to figure out where all that stuff is. So, until then, we're done.